Hi folks, it's Andy. I hope you're having a fantastic day. A quick and informal video for you today. I sort of mentioned this in Kendo rant the other day that I would make a video about this. Um, Basically, this weekend we'll see the All Japan 8th Dan Invitational tournament. Yeah, that's going to be the 2021 edition of the tournament, the 19th edition. And it's looking to be a really interesting tournament. So what I thought we could do is have a look at the program. This is the actual official brochure that the All Japan Kendo Federation have put up on the website in PDF format. And we can have a quick look at the sort of participants and have a little bit of a sort of spotlight, a little bit like I did with the All Japan Championships a few weeks ago, and sort of talk about which competitors look quite interesting. Obviously they're all very accomplished senseis. They're all 8th dan senseis, so all of them are fantastic and amazing. So I'm not meaning to overlook anyone. I'm just going to pick up a few who I happen to know, either know of because of particular achievements that they've had, or even senseis that I know or have practiced with personally. So I thought that'd be really interesting. I hope you enjoy. If you do like these videos, don't forget to do the like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And most importantly, support the channel by shopping at KendoStar.com. That's, of course, my company, and that pays for all this to happen. So if you'd like this to keep coming, this sort of content to keep coming, and also receive amazing, fantastic, wonderful Kendo equipment, best in the world if you ask me, and everyone who reviews us seems to agree, then shop at KendoStar.com. Right, let's have a look at this PDF. So we're straight off with the front cover, which, yeah, it's got some sort of old artwork on there. It's going to be in Nagoya, in Aichi Prefecture. We won't go through the whole thing, but this is quite nice. And this is quite usual actually for the brochures or programs for Japanese tournaments. You've got the Kendo no Rinen and the Kendo Shuren no Kokoro Gamae. So the the concept of Kendo and the purpose of practicing Kendo, and then also you've got the Kendo Shido no Kokoro Gamae. So the approach to teaching Kendo. And this is very interesting, because this is an important piece of text, and I had to write my thesis for, thesis is not quite the right word, the essay that I had to write for my Denshi exam was surrounding the topic of this, so it's quite cool. Intro from the current chairman of the All Japan Kendo Federation, Cho Sensei. And then we've got like an outline, I think, of what's going to happen, like a schedule and all that sort of thing. Some data about the tournament. So this is quite interesting. So obviously with the whole pandemic thing, one of the questions I've been asked about this tournament is who do I think is going to win it, and I do think it's a really interesting one because a lot of the sort of big famous names aren't actually in it, although there are several very famous sensei in it this as well. But because of the whole pandemic, obviously, that's happened over the last year and a bit, police Kendo in Japan has basically been on hold. So there's no police officers in this tournament, just like there wasn't in the last one. Now, I say that, but it's a little bit different too with the All Japan tournament. But it says that in relation to teaching work, there's 17 players. Then there's this is like a kind of people who work for organizations. There's 3. There's 2 who are company workers. There's 1 who is a prison officer, and 9 who are of other sort of related, it just says other occupations. Your average ages is it's the average age of competitors is 60.4 years old, with the oldest player being 65 and the youngest being 52. And in terms of the shogo that they hold, so that's after you get 6th dan, you can apply to receive these titles called shogo. After 6th dan, you can get denshi, which is what I received. Then after you get 7th dan, you can get kyoshi, and then after 8th dan, you can be awarded hanshi, and that's the highest possible achievement you can achieve in kendo. So those that hold hanshi, there's 3, and then 29 competitors that hold kyoshi. And then we've got, this is a list of all of the people who are involved in the organization of the tournament. The Shimpan is on. It's not a huge tournament yet. It's an invitational tournament of just the 8th dan senseis, right? So there's not a huge group of Shimpan. There's just 9 Shimpan and 1 Shimpancho. So there we've got Murakami Sensei. There's the Shimpancho. And some very recognizable senseis are obviously acting as Shimpan. We've got Hamasaki Sensei, we've got Takahashi Sensei, Ishizuka Sensei, Futagoshi Sensei, Kamae Sensei, Kosaku Sensei, Tsukamoto Sensei, Furukawa Sensei, and Kasumura Sensei. So obviously a very distinguished group of fantastic senseis. Underneath as well, it even gives an outline of the Shimpan groups. So they're going to act in 3 teams of 3 and how they will sort of rotate. So that's quite interesting. I thought that was cool. Ishizuka Sensei and Futagoshi Sensei are going to be doing the kata demonstration. There's a map, obviously, of the tournament arena. There's no spectators, of course, and how it'll all work around. And then we've got the tournament tree, so that's really cool. And then obviously they leave the spaces here so that you can fill this in as you sort of go along. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. But let's get straight into looking at the actual participants. So we've got Matsuda Sensei from Kagoshima, who works for an organization. Particularly, it says that he is the Rijicho, so it's like a kind of director of the Kagoshima Kendo Federation. This gives also a breakdown of their what do you call it, like where they went to school or university and some of their previous achievements that they have. So I'll just zoom in a little bit. I hope that doesn't crop out too much. Okay, I'll zoom back out. I should be able to read it. But he's basically he's been in the All Japan Championships. I won't go through this on everyone, otherwise we'll be here for ages. But look, just so you can sort of see what it is. He's been in the Tozai Taiko tournament. That's the East versus West tournament 4 times. He's been in the Kokutai, which is a sports festival, twice, and came second. It doesn't say he's been in it twice, actually. It just says he came second. He's been in the police championships and he's won the police championships as part of the team in the 2nd division, because it's split in divisions. The All Japan Students Championships, and came second in that. I think is what it says. It's quite small. So he came 2nd place in that, and I think he won it. I think that's what that means. I'm not sure how that's interpreted, but it says Yusho ni kaku ikkai. So I think that means that he won it and came 2nd once each. I think that's how that means. There's a gap in my Japanese knowledge there. So and then he's been in this Taikai, the All Japan Invitationals, twice. So that's what that is. He's 65 years old. So just before we press on, an interesting point there is it says he's been in the All Japan Police Championships. So you remember I said there's no police officers. There's no officially currently serving police officers in this by the looks of it. Though I think there's a lot of these senseis that at least have their backgrounds in the police, and some who are obviously connected still probably to the police, but they're not probably officially currently entering as members of the police. Okay, so I mean, lots of them will have retired from the police, after, at the sort of age of 65 and stuff. But so yeah, I'm not quite sure of all how that works, but that sort of explains why you won't see some of the really sort of people like Eiga Naoki Sensei or like Miyazaki Masahiro Sensei, who are probably still very much involved in police kendo. Lots of these sensei probably are former police officers, and still are participating in police kendo in the role of sort of teachers or shihan, but aren't necessarily official police officers. I don't know. That's probably depends. But there's some obviously famous senseis here who have history in police kendo, but at the moment that they're not involved in it, for the purposes of this tournament at least. So okay, so from Kagawa Ken number 2 we've got Inoue Sensei. Number 3 we've got Funatsu Sensei from Osaka, a previous champion of this tournament. So yeah, very amazing kendoka. I love his kendo. Sato Sensei from Tokyo. We've got Yamazaki Sensei from Aichi. Honna Sensei from Ibaraki. Yamamoto Sensei from Osaka. So he's one to watch out for, of course. Very, very famous Jordan player. Very famous player in his own right. His daughter as well, Yamamoto Mariko, has been a very successful competitor in the ladies tournament, been a member of the national team. So yeah, very interesting one to look out for. Like I say, absolutely jaw-dropping Jordan player. Number 12, I've gone straight across here. Actually, I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, because this would be a book, but I'm looking at it as a PDF, so I'm just going to go across the top row and then the next row. Next, we've got Kunitomo Sensei. Okay, so name you might recognize. Yeah, it's the father. He's the father of Kunitomo Rentaro, who's obviously 2019 All Japan champion. Very fantastic player. Interesting point here. He's actually the teacher at the school that his son went to, and he's the. It says here he is. He's actually a head teacher at a connected. I think it's a junior high school. I need to bring this closer so I can see these letters are tiny on the screen. So yeah, be interested to see that. Very well known. Sakata Sensei from Yamanashi Prefecture. Hokkaido, so we've got Eiga Hideyuki Sensei. So this is Eiga Naoki Sensei, who obviously won the last one. This is his older brother. So I'm pretty sure it's his older brother. I think it's his older brother. It's his brother, who's a teacher, according to this. Then next, from Hyogo Prefecture, we've got Ura Sensei. We've got Ijima Sensei from Chiba, very well known by lots of people, obviously as a teacher at the International Budo University. From Okayama Prefecture, we've got Takeuchi Sensei, who is... what does he do for a job? It looks like he works for the government, in some kind of office. Tokyo, we've got Migita Sensei. I've been very lucky to practice with the sensei. He battered me. So that's pretty awesome. It's good to see him in there. Be interested to see how he does. Connected, of course, a teacher at Kokushikan University. Very, very famous. He's one of the Hanshi who are participating. Next, from Kanagawa Prefecture, we have Yoshimura Sensei, a teacher at Tokai University. We've got Tsuchiya Sensei from Fukushima is the next one here. Next, number 17, we've got Saeki Sensei from Miyazaki. From he's head teacher at Takachiho High School. Very, 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 very famous, very strong high school for Kendo as well. Very interested to see how he does. Nakashima Sensei from Kanagawa Prefecture. Number 19, very special one for me here. This is Ishikawa Sensei from Kyoto. He's a very, very important sensei to me. He was very kind to me when I lived in Kyoto. And yeah, I benefited a lot from his teaching. So I'm really hoping he does super well. We'll go through all of these and then we'll circle back and talk about who are the sort of picks to watch out for. I mean, every single match here is going to be great, but we've got Kurita Sensei from Tokyo, another one of the Hanshi that is in this tournament. Then again, we're at Hyogo, we have Nagano Sensei. Moving across, Hayashi Sensei from Chiba. Saga Sensei from Hokkaido, and then we have Kiyono Sensei. I think that's how you read that. I think so, yeah, Kiyono Sensei from Yamanashi Prefecture. And then onto the last row, we've got Yoshida Sensei from Osaka. We have Sekikawa Sensei from Chiba. We have Tanaka Sensei from Saitama, Yuzawa Sensei from Akita. We have Kuwahara Sensei from Kagawa, Nabeyama Sensei from Ibaraki. So Nabeyama Sensei, of course, very, very famous sensei, a teacher at Tsukuba University, very, very well known. We've got Ejima Sensei from Saga. And we have Terachi Sensei from Tokyo. So, and then we've got the next page, which is sort of previous results. So it says there the 18th edition of this tournament was cancelled due to the pandemic. So the last tournament was the 17th. We've skipped one, and now we're on to the 19th. So, so there's all sorts of stuff there. Let's have another look over here. Let's go back to the tournament tree and have a bit of a look at that. But also sort of have a little bit of a look at, some of the sort of top matches to look out for. I mean, like I said, this is a really interesting tournament. Everybody's 8th dan. It's super high level across the board. I mean, literally any one of these senseis could win this. That's how this tournament often goes. It's not often the case that there's definitely one sensei that's gonna run away with it. But of course, you never know. Some surprises always sort of come out as well. So it's gonna be a really great tournament. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be live streamed as well by the All Japan Kendo Federation. So first match will be Matsushita Sensei with Inoue Sensei, and then we'll have Funata Sensei and Sato Sensei as a second match. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really, really would like to see how Funata Sensei goes on. I remember when he won this, like it was well, it says down here how long ago it was, but it was quite a few years ago now, he was just amazing. There we go, on the 8th edition of the tournament. So it's like 10 years ago. Like he just beasted everybody, like just 2 points all the way through. That was such an amazing series of matches to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. Sakata Sensei and Eiga Sensei, that's going to be a really great one as well. Of course, Eiga Sensei is fantastic, very famous player, but really great to see his matchup with Sakata Sensei. Ura Sensei and Ijima Sensei. That's going to be interesting as well. I have had the pleasure of doing Kendo with Ijima Sensei at the university, what's it called? The International Budo University. And yeah, he is a force to be reckoned with. So That's going to be really cool. Yamazaki Sensei and Honda Sensei there at number 5. And then this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to have Yamamoto Sensei and Kunitomo Sensei at number 6. So that's going to be really cool to watch. Like I say, Yamamoto Sensei, that excellent, amazing Jordan player that he is. Really looking forward to seeing that. Takeuchi Sensei and Migita Sensei, Yoshimura Sensei and Tsuchiya Sensei there as the 8th match. And then it's going to go across to the other side with Saiki Sensei and Nakashima Sensei. Then we're going to have Ishikawa Sensei and Kurita Sensei. So that's going to be really interesting to watch as well, because for me particularly, like I say, Ishikawa Sensei is a very special teacher for me. He's been a really instrumental part of sort of my earlier Kendo career when I first moved out to Japan. And he's just got such beautiful Kendo. But of course, Kurita Sensei, very accomplished, fantastic Kendoka as well. I haven't had the chance to meet or practice with Kurita Sensei yet. But of course, I am personally going to be cheering for Ishikawa Sensei. I'd love for him to do super well in this tournament. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one to look out for. Next one, we're going to have Yoshida Sensei and Sekikawa Sensei, followed by Tanaka Sensei and Yuzawa Sensei. Nagano Sensei with Hayashi Sensei after that. Then with Saga Sensei and Kiyono Sensei, who I think is going to be Kiyono Sensei is going to be an interesting one to watch out for. Personally, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. One of the younger competitors in a way. So yeah. Kuwahara Sensei with Nabeyama Sensei. So Nabeyama Sensei is probably going to be one of the really hot competitors in this, unless a sort of surprise happens. I think he is the youngest player in the whole thing. Of course, very, very accomplished Kendoka in his own right. Very, very famous. Really looking forward to see how he gets on in this tournament. And then the final match of the first round will be Ejima Sensei and Terachi Sensei. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a really interesting tournament. Who's going to win? I don't know. If I had to pick one, probably my prediction would be probably Nabeyama Sensei. But you just can't tell in this level of tournament. It's seriously anybody's game. What we can be sure of is it's going to be fantastic Shiai after fantastic Shiai. So I'm definitely looking forward to watching the broadcast of it. It's going to be super, super amazing, fun Shiai to watch over and over again. But yeah, it could be anyone's. But that's it. That's the sort of rundown of the program. I hope you enjoyed it. I think this information is probably out there in English somewhere. At least the tournament tree is probably on the All Japan Kendo Federation website in English. I'm not sure. I haven't really delved into that, but I'm sure it's there. This is up on the All Japan Kendo Federation's Facebook page as well, if you want to go and check out this PDF for yourself. There's some interesting stuff on it, especially if you can read a bit of Japanese. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. Let's enjoy watching this tournament, obviously. And yeah, that's the end of the program. That's the end of the show. See you all next time. Shop at KendoStar. Bye-bye.